What's up, buddy? What you doing?
Oh, I'm reading The Hobbit.
Nice. You down for another adventure?
Ooh, what'd you have in mind?
Beer review.
Ooh, let's go grab some beers.
Let's do it. Hey guys, so we're going to Liquor Lineup. It's our local craft beer spot that we go to, and they have a nice selection there. So we're gonna go see what they got, and let's get it.
Let's get some beers. Alright guys, so we're back from Liquor Lineup. They got some really good deals over there, one of them being a 12 cans for 50 bucks. So that's a pretty good deal, guys. You can go over there and get 12 different cans, any kind of brewery, a bunch of them over there. Really good options. So we're only going to pick 2 of them out today to do for a review. So we'll see you right after that. Alright guys, so for my beer, I decided to pick Destihl Brewing. It's a double red Imperial IPA, so it's a pretty strong one, 9.4%. Something really cool about background for this brewery is he got a kit, the owner, he got a kit from his wife to brew beer at home. He was doing that for a few years, fell in love with it, and then really created and expanded his dream to be able to open up a brewery. And now, years later down the line, they've opened up a 40,000 square foot beer hall. As well, it's on 6 acres of land, so they're doing something for sure. I'm excited to go check them out. They're in Illinois, Normal, Illinois, so it's definitely a little bit of a trek for us, but hopefully we get to make our way out there one day. But yeah, really excited to try this beer.
And I picked out Tripping Animals. They actually have a very interesting story about these guys. So typically they're 4 guys that were based off Venezuela. They used to brew beer in the garage, and they were trying to get all these different hops and flavors, and really they didn't have that much options out there as such. America does with the hops. So their dream was always to open up in Florida, which in 2018 they did, because they started just brewing in 2012. So to me, that was a pretty big accomplishment in those years, cool, just to come out here.
What kind of beer is that one?
This is a pumpkin spice latte stout.
Ooh, pumpkin spice latte. That sounds so good. So yeah, what's really cool about these breweries is they started off just like us, you know, brewing at home, and you know that's the ultimate goal if you really want to open up a brewery is, you know, you expand into what these guys have been able to do. So cheers to them. Let's drink some of these beers, y'all.
Let's do it.
Here we are, y'all. Our glasses. Let's get it poured out. We're starting with the stout from Tripping Animals.
Nice. I'm gonna do the first pour.
You gotta enjoy a festive beer during March, you know. Of course you do.
It's nice.
With this weather, oh my god, a stout is gonna be amazing.
Oh man, I like that. Nice and dark. And stouts actually come from London. That's where they came from. They're actually known as porters over there a lot, but very thick, very malty.
How's she smelling? Let's get the smelling. Oh, that's a stout for sure.
Yeah, I can smell the vanilla.
Yeah, sweet and creamy, that latte.
Nice and dark.
Mm-hmm. Nice dark color. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, interesting. You definitely get the spices.
Oh yeah, you get the vanilla.
Yeah.
Like right in the end. Going down.
It kind of smooths out with that pumpkin coffee.
They're always like a mouthful, but this one is a bit more lighter. Kind of like that. But all the flavors are just smacking you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a stout that's like too much going on in the mouth, where it's like you drink one and you just feel super full.
Yeah.
Not a super fan of those type of stouts. So the fact that this one isn't super filling to the mouth, but still super flavorful is like, I'm happy with this. This is nice.
Yeah, and me, like personally, a stout was a very hard beer to get into when I started liking craft beer, and the more
It's an acquired flavor for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the whole mouthful. There's a lot of flavors going on. It's very known for like the dessert beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And honestly, a lot of people don't know this. We didn't really do it right now because it's kind of already cold out, but we were kind of letting it get to room temperature. But that's a lot of the times is kind of what you want to drink stouts at. You get more of the flavors that get brought out when you have it at more of a room temperature. So if you ever try to do a stout, I would recommend having it room temperature first. See how you like it at that point, and then try it cold, because there is a definite flavor profile difference when you try it that way.
And I agree. And I think it's the whole warm part temperature, room temperature, is just because when you tend to drink a lot of stouts, you really get that coffee flavor as well.
Mm-hmm. And you want it for like times like this, like where it's super nice out, it's cold, it's been raining. You just want to cuddle up with like a nice hot chocolate. This is your hot chocolate right here. This is your hot chocolate.
Them calling it a latte.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's smart.
No, yeah, I can very taste the coffee, the latte, the vanilla.
It really has that pumpkin coffee latte, but like not overly spicy as well. The spices aren't overbearing to where you're just sitting there like, whoa.
Yeah, and actually stouts, like I said, a lot going on there. So I feel like getting into stouts is very easy, but yet challenging because of the mouthful, but yet very tasteful.
Yeah.
So I like what they did with the beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you start looking at the different flavor profiles of different style beers, like he said, you're gonna really have to acquire a taste for ones like these, ones for like even like IPAs. That's why a lot of people don't like IPAs. They're very used to like that lager, not a lot of flavor going on within the beer, just kind of just a regular bland kind of style beer. What's really cool about Tripping Animals is none of their beers are regular beers. They're always making some cool things like this, which is what I strive for us to be when we have our brewery going as well. I always want to keep it fresh, keep it fun, make crazy beers that you guys are going to be like, oh my god, what the heck, what was that? Instead of just your regular old lagers. Which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a good lager.
No, yeah, never.
But
number one selling beer,
it
is a lager.
Yeah.
But when you get into stouts and craft beer, man, that's when all those flavors come out, all the different styles.
Yeah.
This is why I love this so much. And these guys coming from Venezuela to Florida, like, that's so crazy. And like, these guys just love beer. They love the beer community, and they want to be a part of the beer community.
Yeah.
Like, that's
and the fact that they came, all the way from Venezuela to Florida to open up a brewery because they saw the potential that they had and what the potential beers that they could make, and they are changing the game right now. So shout out to Tripping Animals for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Niggas are killing it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to just sit here and enjoy this beer, and we'll see you on the next one. Time for the double red Imperial IPA. Here we go.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Ooh, gotta love the crack. Ooh, she's foaming already. Nice.
Ooh, I like the color.
That is a good color. Nice amber red color to her. Let's see if you can see that in there. Ooh, it's like dark red. That's nice. I like that. Ooh, top her off real quick.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, that was a nice pour. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice. They got the carbonation on point for sure.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right.
I like that. And I don't really drink that much red.
Oh, very IPA. You get that fruity aroma.
The hops.
The hops are right away. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, sweet. Oh.
Yeah, you can. It
Interesting.
actually says it has Columbus, Warrior, Cascade, Simcoe, and Chinook hops. So they got a good amount in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Simcoe's a good one.
Cascade, Simcoe, Columbus. Those are really ones. I don't think
let
I've
me
had
see the
Warrior.
can real quick. This is actually a pretty dope can.
Yeah.
It's all black. I like it.
The artwork, I love. Yeah, how the actual whole can is black instead of your regular At the bottom, of course, it's still silver, but they wrap the rest of it in that whole black, which looks really nice.
I love the candle work. You always gotta love that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's for sure.
So let's
All right, let's give her a taste.
Cheers. The maltiness, the hoppiness.
Yeah, you can tell it's a nice mix. So
Yeah.
you get the hops, of course, but the sweetness from like the darker crystal malts they put in here to create that amber color really like sweeten it out to where it's a nice like sweetness with the hops.
Yeah, and usually I'm so used to like, by the way, IPAs being very like, not sour, but very hoppy and very
Bitter.
bitter.
Yeah.
There you go, bitter, and it kind of just smacks you. But this one's very smooth.
Mm-hmm. And for it being a 9.4%, this will smack you because this is easy drinking. When you drink the whole thing, oh my god, you'll be feeling great.
I'm kind of like a fan. I ain't gonna lie. Well, not kind of. I am. I love IPAs, but this is actually one of my first times trying a red.
Yeah, a red IPA. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a red IPA.
Yeah, this is good, guys. This is really good. If you're not a fan of IPAs, but you want to kind of dive into it a little bit, then you're a fan of malty beers, like a red ale, lagers, pale ales. You would really like this because it's not that hoppy bitterness that some people complain about with IPAs. Like you said, it's an acquired taste. IPAs are as well, just like the stout we tried before. So.
It's actually pretty good because,
Yeah.
in my opinion, when I got into IPAs, like I said, it was very bitter. And then that's pretty much what kills a lot of people's moods when they kind of drink IPAs. They're not used to the bitterness because they're so used to lagers. It's very
Lighter beers. Yeah.
lighter beers, but this is actually pretty good. You know, it's pretty good.
It is very good. I'm enjoying it.
And where they're based off? Where's the brewery?
Illinois. Normal, Illinois. So, never heard of them. This is actually my first beer having from Destihl Brewing.
Same.
So, so far, I'm happy with them.
Yeah, they made it all the way out here in Vegas, so they're doing something right for sure.
That's for sure, yeah.
Man, you always gotta love those good breweries coming out. I love running into new breweries when we go to the store. So,
Yeah, which is really cool. We have a few of them out here in Vegas. We two main ones, which is the one that we went to, which is Liquor Lineup, and then the other one is Top Shelf. They both have really great selection of beers. Top Shelf tends to have a little bit more selection, depending on the location that you go to, but overall, great selection. They both do the 12 for $50, so if you're looking to get a really cool, different selection of beers that you can kind of, pop open when you're feeling, like you want to try something new or you want to try something different, instead of your regular, day-to-day drinking beer that you usually would drink. Trying something new is always a good.
And I love that deal so much too because you kind of get like 4 or 5 of your good buddies that love craft beer.
Mm-hmm.
Go home, get those 12, and do a beer tasting.
Yeah. Which is what we usually do, we'd go and we'd grab obviously the 12 pack, but then we would open up maybe 4, 5, or 6 and just split them like we have now. And if you have more buddies, you just split them into other little tasters, little 5-ounce tasters, 4-ounce tasters, and then you guys are all having your own little beer tasting, which is really great, fun time for you and the boys to just kick back. Or even with your girl, that's what I do with my girl too. She, we'll just buy a few and just enjoy a few together, but splitting them is always a good idea. When you get into craft beer, you start realizing how much higher the alcohol and content is on a lot of these beers, and you want to be a little bit more careful about what you're drinking and watch what you're drinking in that point.
Because this one is definitely
it's a creeper.
It's a creeper.
It's a creeper. If you didn't look, yeah, it's so smooth. If you didn't look at the percentage, you wouldn't even realize this was a 9.4% beer. Because usually those higher percentages, you tend to get that
right away,
that alcohol flavor to it. But this one is really masked with the flavors they were able to create.
I agree. It's a lot smoother because there's sometimes I bet everybody went through it when they go to the party or bar, they get that beer, they don't even know what percentage it is, and they sip it and they're like, oh yeah, that's strong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The reason they call it red is because of the.
It's a red IPA is because they put a darker crystal malt in there, which creates a more sweeter flavor and also a darker color. So
because I feel like this is exciting for the beer community when they, come out with these crazy beers and new methods of brewing. Mm-hmm. Eventually when you're doing craft beer, I feel like majority all of them are experiments.
Yeah,
making
and
beer.
that's what's really cool about the beer community and making beers. There's no really right way to make a beer except for obviously, you know, having the correct ingredients as far as the grains and the hops and yeast. But as far as like putting them together, there's no really wrong way. Everyone has, I feel like, such a different palate too, to where I've tried really popular beers in some of these cans or even like at breweries that are some of their most popular beers, and I try it and I'm like, I don't know how this is so popular, you know, but for some reason it's just that palate, whoever it really just kind of adapts to, and whatever your flavor profile is. Because yeah, I've had some really weird beers that I didn't really care for, but they're also really popular.
Yeah, and it always blows my mind, but like I said, everybody's different palate.
Yeah, different palates are a big part of it for sure.
Craft houses too, because it's okay if you want to just stick with ales or lagers, because then you go to a craft house and guess what? They're gonna have 4 different lagers or 4 different ales.
Exactly.
You know, that's the whole
and lagers
beauty
that you
about
might not even have tried before.
We're over here talking about the Vegas breweries, so then we're gonna end up doing videos on them, reviews on them too, so you guys are able to check out what Vegas has to offer too. When if you guys want us to come down for vacation from out of state, because I love doing that. I love going to Portland and looking at all the breweries and going to San Diego. So
yeah, it's like one of my favorite things when I'm traveling is like that's kind of what I like to go do is when I'm traveling, I'll go and try to find and look up, you know, what the best breweries are in town or the ones closest to me, and go try out a few beers. If you have the opportunity to, yeah, come out here and check out some breweries, we have some of the best for sure.
Yes. And this one, I haven't had much of your beer, but
I'm excited to try more, man.
Yeah.
This was the only one we saw there that was from them at Liquor Lineup, or I might have tried to grab more. Whenever I go, I usually try to pick breweries that I haven't tried before.
Very good accomplished, to accomplish that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to eventually have our beers out in Florida, New York, you know, across the country, another country even, you know. Fucking, we're going to New Zealand, all right? We'll catch you guys there. That's good. Yeah, definitely a lot more maltier, but it still has like that
hop and the
hoppiness. You smell the hops more than you taste them.
Yes, I agree with that.
A lot more aroma for the hops than there is flavor for them. But
and honestly, like you're right about people that are not really into IPAs and like kind of starting with this one, because you won't get the bitterness and hoppiness right away. You'll get the maltiness, the sweetness. It's like a very good way to go in, because the way I started getting into stouts was porters, because they're a lot more lighter. You know, you start developing that
lower alcohol content too. They're lighter, and it's way easier to get down as far as some of those heavier stouts.
Yeah. So
cheers. All right, y'all. Well, if you like this content, we're gonna be posting more beer content, reviews around to different breweries, giving you guys tours. We're gonna be posting shorts as well. So follow along.
We have an Instagram and a TikTok under the same name, Reaper Brothers Brewery. So
all
give
across
us a
the board.
Yeah.
All across the board, it's Reaper Brothers Brewery. So yeah, give us.
And you know what? I'm gonna add on Twitter as well. We'll start tweeting about beer.
Well, it's X now. It's X.
Oh, it's X.
Yeah,
I'll take that back.
Sorry, Elon. Sorry, Elon.
Yeah.
That was our fault.
It's a good thing he owns that though.
Yeah. So all right. Well, yeah. Follow along. Give us a follow. Give us a like, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.